It's getting cold. And all this fog from the mountain, it's blocking our view of our home. We should have been able to see it by now. How are you feeling? Enjoying the ride in the war wagon? Nonsense. You're our war chief. You're meant to relax and just take in the scenery. You might be the first chieftain I know who wanted to walk among his people. Even for a human, you're very strange. Oh, our home, it's nestled all along a mountain. It's not ideal, but it's home, and there's no lack of water or streams. Farming? No. Aside from some small home gardens. We're warriors, not farmers. We will raid or hunt. True. It's not always that easy. We have had some very harsh winters here. Winters that I'd rather not face again. Well, come winter, we try to not freeze to death. Our warriors usually venture north to gather lumber for our homes. And it's much to the dismay of the elves that live there. Oh, no. They understand our plight. If they don't attack us, then we don't attack them. Still, they'd rather us find another source. Allies? None that I can speak of. Though we did trade with the dwarves from time to time. They used to have a claim to these mountains. However, they abandoned it after sealing a great evil within them. Don't worry. Whatever is behind that gate, they will remain there. Now, no one's getting through that. Still, wherever it was that they sealed must have been horrible for them to just abandon their homes like that. It's fine. It's been sealed, and the gates, they were melted shut. You can take a look for yourself. It's right behind your longhouse, after all. You're being so dramatic. How about I tell you one of my stories to ease your mind? I did promise you a few, didn't I? How about the time that I was paid to assassinate a king? Oh, don't get too excited. I turned down that offer. They couldn't pay me for what kind of trouble that would bring to me or my tribe. Well, back when I was younger, I earned money adventuring like you did. Nothing crazy, mind you. Just a few simple tasks here and there to earn some extra coin for the tribe. Well, one night after a quest, it was getting quite late, and I made quite a bit of coin just pillaging a bandit camp. So, I decided to sleep in the local inn. I had a few drinks in me before I was going to bed, but when I was going to pay, the barman told me it was already paid for. So he pointed to these 3 figures in black robes who I decided to just thank them for their hospitality. And of course, that turned out to be a mistake. You see, it turned out that they were cultists who believed in some dark god of death. Something like that, and that spilling the blood of the king would blah 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 blah. You've heard it all before. Would it have worked? Of course not. You do know that many cultists just try to bring back or resurrect a dark of something. I remember a man who stole almost every sheep in a village and slaughtered them. And then, nothing happened. Though, the thought is really kind of funny until the village flayed him for it. Yeah. Well, the ones you hear about are the ones that actually work. But seeing how that ends, it's with a band of heroes or a chosen one defeating the cult of god whatever. Does it even matter? Honestly, I probably saved some farm boys from losing their father. And anyway, I'm getting off track. Where was I? Oh yeah, the cultists. So, anyway, I was sitting at the table with them, telling me that they needed an assassin, one that wasn't human, so it couldn't be traced back to them. Obviously, I declined the offer and I started to get up. They tell me I can't leave now. So yeah, they tried to kill me right then and there in front of everyone. What happened? Well, the man on my left tried to grab my wrist while drawing a dagger. The man across from me tried to cast a fireball. And the man on my right also reached for a dagger. And then, well, the man who tried to grab my wrist must have forgotten that I'm an orc. But I think he remembered when I snapped his wrist like a chicken bone. From there, I used him to block the fireball and the dagger from the man on the right. I pushed him into them and just drew my axe out. And after that, things kind of get a little bit fuzzy. Well, I was a little angry at the time, and I was drunk. But in the end, I just gave the gold that they had on them to the barman as sorry for the mess. They were still cleaning up that part of the tavern by the time I left in the morning. And then, of course, came the others. Yeah, it turned out that there were a whole lot of them. I don't know how they found out it was me who slayed their friends, but it wasn't like nobody knew what happened. Anyway, that went on for a year. They tried to ambush me. I'd swing my axe. They swear vengeance. Rise and repeat, rise and repeat. Thanks, but that wasn't nothing. Honestly, it became pretty easy once I realized that they only wore the black robes. Made it a lot easier to spot them. And besides, I didn't get these scars from just falling off a monastery. Speaking of them, I have to ask you something. Well, you're my chieftain as well as my spouse, and you're not an orc, so I'm curious. My scars. Are you disgusted by them? It's okay if they do. You don't have to lie to me. I've taken a broadsword to the shoulder and a spear to the gut, so I think I can handle it. No? You're serious? Well, what about having an orc for a wife? Do humans not prefer to have their women smaller than them? Why I'm asking? Well, I've given it some thought about what I've done, and well, pitting you against the former chief, forcing a surprise marriage on you, placing you as a puppet king, it's kind of beneath a warrior. Yeah. I suppose guilty is a word. Hey, what are you doing? I have something on my face? Well, just tell me where. You don't have to pull me down to... What was that? Your way of forgiving me. So you're not mad with me? Even after what happened? I see. Thank you, Chief. I mean, thank you, love. Well, that was very bold and crafty of you. To trick me into a kiss like that? I'm not blushing. You merely caught me off guard. Though, I'll be sure to pay you back for it. A promise? To me. What is it? A promise to protect and lead our people. I'm glad to hear that. We have a lot of work together, you and me. Oh, look up ahead. The fog is clearing. Yeah, that's our home. And from the look of things, they've been waiting for us. Waiting for you.